Welcome to the second video in our master series on Bitcoin Ordinals. So last video we saw the fundamentals and the easy preparations to get started. Now we're going to see how to join communities, how to actually get involved in projects and looking for good projects, and how to get your first Bitcoin Ordinals. And we're going to start with the layers of rarity. So what makes a Bitcoin Ordinal rare or not, the different ways that you can see the rarity. And if it's a good one or a bad one, or, all these things. Also, on the project's perspective, because some projects will actually give you utility, value, and will do things for you if you buy their NFT, their ordinals. And some other projects will, it's just the art. So you own the piece and hopefully you can sell it later, or you can just keep it because you like the art. And third thing we'll see in the first section is how to find Discord and invite links, how to actually get into communities and projects, and everything happens on Discord. That's why we created Discord in the first part. The second section of the video is going to be how to get your first ordinal. So there's three ways we'll see this. There's OTC, I'll explain what it is, marketplaces, and you can also inscribe yourself for a few dollars in some cases. So let's get started with the layers of rarities. So the first thing that you have to understand is that the inscriptions on Bitcoin is started from zero. So in December of 2022, there was the first inscription 0, and you can see it on this website. I'm on ordinals.com. Once you'll get on that website, you'll be able to click. You'll see some of the latest inscriptions. So right now, everybody is inscribing on Bitcoin some data other than just doing transaction. And it might seem complicated, all of those things, but you'll understand it all. It's fairly simple once you understand it. So it started with 0. This is our latest collection, the BTC viruses. And right now we're around 480,000 inscriptions. So in basically, less than 5 months, in less than 5 months, we've went to 480,000 inscriptions. Actually, it took the first 3 months to get from 0 to 5,000. And then it took, barely a month and a half to go from 5,000 to almost 500,000 right now. So every inscription, every time, somebody posts and inscribe something on the blockchain, this number goes up. This number goes up. And, the next person that will inscribe will have the next number after that. And you can just click on the little arrow here to see them. But there's a lot. There's 480,000 plus right now. We're arriving at 500,000. In just a few weeks, it grew exponentially. So we saw in the last video, people are posting transactions. So if I want to send some Bitcoin, it's probably one of those little squares. I want to transfer from one wallet to another. And then the miners will validate that transaction and, put it in the blockchain. So it's official. But these bigger blocks are probably inscriptions or very, very large transaction. But anyways, they contain more data. This data is, you can see it here under. So you basically have a bunch of extra data. One thing that is really important is the SAT. So SAT, it comes from Satoshi Nakamoto, which mined and created Bitcoin. And every Bitcoin that is created has 100 million sats in each Bitcoin. So you can subdivide it into 100 million different parts. And one inscription like this, the BTC virus that you see here, is inscribed on one sat. So one of those parts of Bitcoin, the smallest part that a Bitcoin can be, is inscribed with this BTC virus forever. It's on the blockchain. It cannot be changed. And if you go and you click on the sats, you'll have even more details. And then here you have more of the history of the transaction and in which block it was actually posted. So you can see it was in block 780,000, and now we're a little bit further than that. So it was done a while ago. And so the SAT is the important part. I'll click on it here, and you see the number of the SAT. So every Satoshi in existence has a serial number. It also has a name, which is something that people, if it has a cool name, then it might have more value. And obviously, at what order it was inscribed. Like the first layer, I would say, is the inscription number. So basically, inscription 0, the first one that was inscribed on Bitcoin, is the most valuable and derives its value just because it was the first one. And then now we're at 480,000. So obviously there's going to be values, people are going to value the first one that was ever created. The name is another way of doing it, which I'm just starting to learn right now. But what is really amazing is the rarity here. So as we saw in the blockchain, there are some Bitcoin that are mined, which every block, there are new Bitcoin that is created. And the first Bitcoin that was created has, the timestamp that comes from a certain period. So, for example, this SAT comes from block 20,954. So it was pretty early on. It actually comes from 2009. And you can even see the time here. But the rarity is common. So what is the rarity? The rarity is in 5 different sections. So the most common one is common. And those are probably like 99.999% of the Satoshis. But then you have Satoshis that, if I go on this one, this is part of our BTC gods, and I click on the SAT to have more information, you can see here rarity uncommon, and it's green. And that's pretty exciting because these SATs, they are only 1 per block. So every block that is created, there's only 1 of those Satoshis per block. And that people value that highly because there's only 781,000 at the moment of this video. So they're very hard to find. They're very rare, but they call it uncommon. So that's the second level. That's the first SAT of each block. Then you have rare ones. So if you go here on ordinals.com and you check the rarity, you'll see it. If you have one of those SATs, it's going to be red and it's going to be written rare. And those are only 300. They're every 2 weeks. There's one, by thousands of blocks. So there's only 300 in existence, approximately. Then you have the legendary and the epic ones. So there are only 5 of those, and they're every halving of Bitcoin. So you'll have different rarities here. You have also the timestamp. So you see this Satoshi was created pretty recently compared to this one that was created in 2009. And the easiest way to explain that is, let's say I have some coins from my country, and they have been minted somewhere, with the metal, and they're timestamped. So if you look on them, you'll see it's come from 2011. It was created in 2020 or 2023 or so forth. And so you have the creation of the SAT, and that is something that people value. So if it's older, then it's going to be more interesting for some people. So those are the different layers. Now, how do you find the projects? So certain projects, it will not be only about the piece of asset that you own. You will derive value by airdrops and giveaways and value like the community that you're part of. And for example, like the BTC machine community, you can just go here on ordinalswallet.com and you can press here the Discord link. It will bring you to our Discord. We are having giveaways every single day for our holders. We just airdropped the viruses, the BTC virus that was showing you earlier. This is our Genesis collection. So every member that had one of those BTC machine got airdropped. So basically we sent 3 ordinals for free for each one of these BTC machines that they own. So some of our members, they had, 6 of those. And if you do 6 multiplied by 3, then they receive 18 NFTs that they can sell right now. I think they're selling for about $100 at the time of this video. So that's one kind of value. But you also have the community. So if you go here in our Discord, then you'll have, we do some games, we have some giveaways. So we're doing little contests and giving out some things that our member can then sell, or they can keep and collect, and special BTC machine collections. So we're not the only one doing this. And one good way of finding projects is with this website here. So you can see the activity on wizard.io, which is right now really well made for Bitcoin ordinals. So you can filter by supply of the project. So how many ordinals is in that project, the floor price in US dollar, the floor price in Bitcoin, and the 24-hour percentage move. So basically, like we said, people vote with their money. So like projects that have a high increase in price, they might be very interesting because people are buying more and more and the demand for those are getting higher and higher. Or they might just be launching their project. So I know many of these founders, they're launching something special, or they are launching their new collection. So they're opening up their collection. So people are buying them and it gives them a boost in the price. But basically you can filter on this website and find good projects. Then you can either go to Ordinals wallet and search for those projects in the collection tab right here. And yeah, you will have the link. This is like an example. This is our BTC machine. The viruses right here, breaking out like records right now with the numbers of cells that we have. This is the most traded collection ever in BTC machine as of now, 338 cells. So this is what I was showing you at the beginning. Some of them are really rare. They have different traits. So if you go on a collection, you see something, an art that you like, or you research the project, then you can click on their Twitter and see a little bit more, their website, if they have something linked there, or Discord. But sometimes they don't have this, or they didn't send it to Ordinals wallet for Ordinals wallet to include it in their collection. So you might click on it and it doesn't work. So you can either go to Twitter and write the name of the project. So for example, for us, you would write BTC machine, Ordinals, or, just BTC machine, and you'll try to find the project Twitter page. And then from there, usually you'll have like the Discord link, and everything is happening through Discord. I recommend going into the project's Discord and looking at how things are happening in there. What are the latest announcements? Checking the different channels. How are the people in there also? What kind of language they're using, and like, are these people that you want to hang out with if you're a holder of that project? So those are important things to do. And so you'll have, ample choice, because by the time this video is out, it will even be, more projects. There's more projects all the time. And, even for us, we're always, creating new collections. So this one, BTC operators, one of my favorite ones, we inscribed between the 123,000 and 325,000 inscriptions. And they are so unique. I just love them. And so if you see a project like this that you like, you can just click the Discord link. It will bring it right up, and also check the Twitter. So that is one way that you can find it. It's just some work. This is not a field for somebody that wants to just make money quick and not involve themselves into it. I would not recommend to invest in Bitcoin Ordinal if you're going to do this, because you're going to buy some crap. There's a lot of projects out there. There's a lot of things that are just thrown in. And as you'll see, I'll show you how you can create your own Ordinal on Bitcoin for a few dollars. And so anybody can really do it. So you have to be careful, and you have to, depends on what you want. But if you want to go for a solid project or some art or something that is rare, that was an old Satoshi or a special Satoshi or something like that, then you have more chances of keeping your value, and actually, you could sell for good profits. So now I'm going to talk about how to buy OTC. And I'm going to use the Bitcoin operators as an example. So we've inscribed all of those. There's 777 of the BTC operators, and you can see some for sale right now. You can filter here by the highest price, the lowest inscription number. So the ones that were created first, and then so forth, or the oldest. And these operators, we actually have only about 300 that are in the hands of holders. We have the 400 others are in our wallet, and we are doing sometimes what we call OTC trades. So we basically open like 5 spots, and people can buy 5 BTC operators from us over the counter. That's what OTC means. So they send us the Bitcoin, and we send them the ordinal. And depending on, the contest, or if it's a giveaway or something, the price can be different. And you can sometimes have, depends if you have like a BTC machine already, and we're doing a special, and you can have it for 0.02 Bitcoin or something like that, then you can, get in for cheap. So it depends really on what you have and what we're doing at the moment. But we're always doing something special like this. And actually these BTC operators, the 300 first ones, were airdropped to holders of BTC machine. So if you had a BTC machine, these beauties, then we airdropped you a operator to go with it because you need to operate your machine, you know. So that was how we first started, but now we're doing OTC. So that's one way of doing it over the counter, especially with things that are already minted, the ordinals that are already minted. But there's other websites that I'll link, and you can buy directly on the market here. So for example, if I scroll down and I say, oh, okay, I want to buy in BTC viruses, the price is really good. It's a large collection, but you know, I'll be included in the BTC family and I'll have advantages to giveaways and things like that. You know, just an example, I say, okay, I want to buy a BTC virus. So I can go here, I can filter by the lowest price. And, you know, if I like this one, I want some fries with it, or, you know, I like the hat or something like this. There's so many choices, right? But if I'm interested in one, I'll just click the buy button. And if you don't have a Ordinals wallet, it will prompt you to create one. And then you'll save your 12 seed phrase key. And then you'll be able to just transfer Bitcoin there like a regular wallet and buy the Ordinal very easily. And then you can put it on the market to sell, like these people are selling it right now for 0.001 BTC. So you can also see the activity and the sales, the floor price. So the floor price is the one that is for sale at the cheapest price, and also the volume. So how many, what was the transaction volume in the last 24 hours, and the all-time volume, and how much of the supply is listed for sale. So we actually have very few people that are wanting to sell their Bitcoin viruses. We airdrop those for free, by the way, to certain communities in the Ordinal, in the Ordiverse, and only 436 of them are listed. So people are keeping 9,500 of the viruses on 10,000 because they like them, they want to keep them, maybe they want to wait for the price to go higher and sell them at a higher price for profit. I don't know, but we actually have very little, which is quite impressive for me. So this is the second way from Marketplace. You can buy your Ordinals, getting your first Bitcoin Ordinals from OTC. So that's going to be directly in the Discord, or from marketplaces like Ordinals Wallet. Now there's a third way, and we'll finish with that for this video, and that's how to inscribe yourself. So you can go to ordinalsbot.com, which is fantastic. That is my first method of creating my first inscription 11,036. And you just drop your file here, and you can put your Bitcoin address here. So your Ordinals wallet, your address will be in the upper corner here. You post it here, and then you click on pay your invoice. There'll be a QR code that will appear, and you'll be able to send Bitcoin to that address, and then they will send you back your Ordinal that they have inscribed on the blockchain for you, everything done for you, and in a timely manner. If you do not have a Bitcoin address right now, well, just create one. It takes 2 seconds. But if by mistake you don't have one, no worries. You have a redeem code that you can go back to ordinalsbot.com and put your redeem code, and then they'll ask you for your Bitcoin address. You can put your Ordinals wallet address at that time, and then they'll send you the Ordinal. So that concludes video number 2. Next video is if you want to go in deeper and you say, you know what, I'm an artist, or I want to get more involved into this, because we are very, very early right now. If you understood the first video and this video, you understand that things are just getting built right now. We're very, very early. 6 weeks ago, we were at 5,000 inscriptions. So only 5,000 NFT, if you want to call them that, were created on Bitcoin. Now we're at 500,000. So that's 100 times more in 6 weeks. It's totally insane. We'll get to 1 million by the end of next month. So if you want to launch your own project, then definitely I would encourage you to come in our Discord, tag one of the founders. You'll see there on the upper left, on the upper right side. You can tag one of us and just say, hey, I want to launch my own project. What are the next steps? And we'll help you. But I will go more in depth on this in the third video. See you there.